Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning into the Financial Investor channel. My name is Brent, and today we're going to be covering my stock portfolio for the month of November. We'll basically go over all my holdings within my non-retirement account, my retirement account, the dividend payments that I received, and the stocks that I purchased within the month of November. Now, I did record this before. I went to go upload it and kind of did a final check on it, and it had no audio recorded. So I re-recorded it, made sure that my capture software is actually recording my voice, and we're going to go ahead and continue. So last month, at the end of October, my portfolio had $55,671. Now this month has been very good to me, both in dividends and capital appreciation. So one of the very first things I want to talk about was the financial investor. I created a group below here. So I already wrote up the article as far as my stock portfolio goes for November and released it about 6 hours ago prior to recording this. And I haven't really shared it across my Facebook groups that I'm in, but I'm going to be doing that in the future. I also created some groups: the financial investors, dividends, value investing, 401k, Roth IRA, and more. Essentially, I wanted to create a group where the like-minded investors could join, and we could discuss investing, real estate, entrepreneurship. So some of the topics could include stocks, dividends, real estate, bonds, 401ks, IRAs, all sorts of other styles of investing, because I don't just do stock market investing. I also do bonds. I'm trying to get into real estate, and I do a couple other ones on the side. So I basically kind of just put in what the group focus is going to be on, and that's something, if any of you guys are interested in joining, go ahead and go to my Facebook website and then click on the group there, and you'll be able to just join the group. Now, onto my website, I did release again my stock portfolio for the end of November. Now, in comparison to last month, I added some new features going forward. I added the stock, how many stocks I actually hold of a specific stock. So down here I have the shares per each stock, I have the unit cost per each stock, and then I also added the total amounts of my portfolio and the balances, how much it either, what I deposited, what I withdrew, the dividends, and the appreciation for the account. So that's something going forward. I'd like to keep track of this myself in future, a year from now, look back at where I was and look at where I have, where I'm at now, because that's interesting. It's all growth. And let's go ahead and get into it. So right off the bat, the overall month performance, the end date is the 31st of November. That's when I recorded this and releasing it on the 1st. So the S&P 500 had moved up by 2.91% for the month. The Dow Jones had moved up by 3.96 for the month. The Nasdaq had increased by 2.61, and then my F&I portfolio increased by 3.63%. So it was very good across the board. I didn't quite beat the Dow, but my portfolio moved up, a ginormous amount. Plus I was paid out over $200 in dividends, which I'm happy, and was able to reinvest that. Now, my non-retirement account currently holds $57,604. That's an increase of 3.83% total in the month of November. Now, I talk about my balance on the 1st of November, which is where this video came in. My balance on the beginning or the end of October was that 55,671. So 55,671 and some change. I was paid out $208.72 in dividends, which I withdrew, and I'm going to go ahead and show you where that went here in just a minute. And then the capital appreciation for the account was $1,933.35. Now, I do talk about my portfolio here. Any of these stocks that I'm currently invested in doesn't mean that you should be invested in them too. So, as a disclaimer, some people, they're a little shy and maybe sharing out their profile because They think that other people are going to be buying the specific stocks. I'm here telling you that you should never purchase somebody else's stocks that are in their portfolio unless you've done the research, you've looked into the company, you've looked at the fundamentals, done your own analysis, and you believe that that stock has good future potential. Because you can see that in my positions, I'm up quite a bit. In AbbVie, I'm up 35%. Costco, Cisco, I'm up over 15% in a lot of these stocks. So that's just good indicator that I purchased a lot of these at a great opportunity, and you shouldn't purchase it just because it's in my portfolio. Now, some of the things that I added were the shares, because going forward, I would like to keep track of how many shares I'm holding in my portfolio in my unit cost average. That way I can talk a little bit about it, month to month, where I added shares in, if I reduce my cost average on specific stocks going forward. So a year from now, I may be sitting with 50 shares of AbbVie, or 100 shares of Colgate, depending on where things go. I can average down on, and then my unit cost average. So I do have my portfolio there with how many shares I have of each specific stock. So I go ahead and talk about where I lost, the month performance overall, the 1 month performance for the stock, and then my buy-in performance for the stock. So you can see that a few of these are in the negatives, only 3, which isn't too bad. And Centurylink, I don't have a full position in it, such as some of my other stocks, so it's not actually too bad. Now I go into my Roth IRA. This is a new account that I started pretty recently because of Ryan, the independent investor. He kind of pointed me onto this. So going forward, I'll be primarily funding my Roth IRA with both my direct deposits and my dividends until it caps out. And then on the 1st of January, he had a video where he actually talks about just depositing the full $5,500 for the month of 2018. That way you're able to gain capital appreciation, dividends, all for that year. You have the maximum amount of time to gain the full amount. So that's something that he discussed in one of his videos, and that's kind of what I plan on doing on the 1st of January. So the balance as of November 1st is $652.14. Contributions I've made to the Roth IRA this month were $883.72. The interest and dividends that was paid out is $2.07. The appreciation I made was negative $56.34. So my Roth IRA moved down by 4.17 this month. And you can see the holdings within my account were Centurylink, New York Community Bancorp, and AT&T. Now Centurylink, I've been buying positions in the stock. I talk about it in some of my past videos. I am still, bearish, or not bearish, I'm bullish on this stock. I'm holding it for the long term. I believe it'll go, turn around, go back up into the $20 range here pretty soon, once they kind of, it takes a little bit for this whole merger to complete and for them to show some sort of progression. And I mentioned a lot of details as far as why I believe Centurylink will turn it around in my other video, which I'll go ahead and link in the top right if you guys are interested in checking out some of the key points that I pointed out. Now some of the other ones, I did analysis on them, checked them out. They were below where I think I would consider them a value, so I bought into them. And AT&T, I kept buying that on that drop. I held it up here in my main non-retirement account at $36.30. I'm only up in this position by 0.21, but it did recover after the massive fail. In comparison to last month, it was down like 10%. So I bought it as it was dipping down lower and lower and lower, and I kept buying more and more. And I'm actually up in this position by 7.81%. So that is why you must buy when it is going down. You want to dollar cost average. You want to just average down in your position. You want to get a better performance-wise in the future. And AT&T, had a yield of nearly 6%. So the total amount for my overall portfolio is $59,085.55, which is an increased total of 3.63% for the month. Now, Costco was my biggest winner with a gain of 15.3%, whereas Centurylink was my biggest loser with a loss of 21.09%. And then some of the money that I made within my Roth IRA. So Merrill Edge refunded me the Robinhood's transfer fee of $75. I transferred this into my Roth IRA. I then also contributed my normal $600 into my Roth IRA on the 1st of November. I then withdrew the $208.72 in dividends that I was paid out in my non-retirement account. I'm gonna I guess that's correct. My non-retirement account into my Roth IRA for a total of $883.72 deposited into there. So that's why I'm sitting at a total here. So every month as I'm getting paid dividends from my non-retirement account, I move it into my Roth IRA, as well as I do my monthly contributions. Now, the dividend payments that I made in the month of November, I've already covered it in another video essentially. I talked about how I broke my record of $155 that I recently broke in September. I broke a new record in November. So you can see all the stocks that paid me out in November. Total $210. So AT&T was my biggest payout of $46.06. Together, my November stocks earned me $210.79 and dividend payout, which is my new record. And some of the stocks that I bought and sold within the month of November, I added 41 positions to Centurylink. My old cost basis was $18.43. My new cost basis is $17.12. That's a difference of $1.31 per share. I also bought one share of TIPT, which is Tiptree, at $6.20. I sold it at $6.90. I made 70-cent profit. Plus, it paid me a 3-cent dividend, so essentially I made 73 cents. I don't pay commissions over at Merrill Edge. And then I also added 14 shares of New York Community Bancorp at $12.47. This is the first month it's in my portfolio, so I didn't make any difference in the price to share. So 41 shares of Centurylink provided me with the biggest discount in my portfolio and provided me with a very nice dividend yield of $14.8. Bringing my cost average down by $1.31 per share. Now, Centurylink, its ex-dividend was last Friday. They will be paying me out $77 in dividends for owning their stock. So, in a year, in a quarter, it's $77. In 2 quarters, it's $148, and $256 in a full year. So that's quite a bit of, dividends. So I'm not, I believe this company is going to turn it around. Plus, I'm going to get paid out $250 in a year for just holding the stock. And that is essentially it. So once I release this video, I will be attaching it to this article. If you guys are interested in sharing it with your friends, go ahead and do so. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. I'm going to be creating some more social accounts out there. I'm on essentially just Facebook and Twitter right now. I do plan on going on to Instagram, keeping it more of myself, not so much maybe talk about the financial investor in general, but maybe post pictures of myself. And of course, I did buy a camera and a wireless mic, so going forward I'm going to try and add a more personal touch to my channel. And also I'm wearing a headset right now, but I will be changing over to a lapel wireless pin mic that I bought. So if you guys are interested in starting up your own investment profile, I do suggest you start with your Merrill Edge self-managed Roth IRA, at least up to the point of investing $5,500. That way it's tax sheltered. You're tax protected. You don't have to worry about paying dividend, or you don't have to worry about paying taxes on your capital appreciation or on your dividends, regardless if they're qualified or non-qualified. After your $5,500, then you can go ahead and sign up with Robinhood, because it does offer you that free buying and selling, which will help you out until you reach the $50,000 limit, which Merrill Edge, they gives you 30 free trades a month to do on Merrill Edge. If you are interested in starting up on Robinhood, you can go ahead and use my referral link. It is at the bottom of the page here, and then we'll both each get a free stock. So that is essentially it. And of course, thank you guys for checking out my channel, sticking out with me, watching the video. If you're a subscriber, thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I talk about stock market, finance, and I put out a lot of investment style videos. pertaining to the stock market and just investing in general. Right now I'm trying to make a series on 401ks and kind of go over what you guys should be looking at on your guys' 401ks. So that is it for this video. If you have any questions about my portfolio or just any question in general that you would like me to kind of discuss in a future video, go ahead and leave that in the comments below. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.